This is the GIS Evening Report for Thursday, July 4th, 2024. I am Rikisha St. Louis. Today we are focusing on government's response and relief efforts on mainland and in Carriacou and Petite Martinique in the aftermath of Hurricane Beryl. We'll have details after the break. Welcome back. We begin with news of a major cleanup drive that will take place in La Tasse, Plains, River and Twine, Pointsville and Mount Rose in St. Patrick, as well as in communities in St. Mark on Saturday. It has been spearheaded by the Ministry of Mobilization, Implementation and Transformation, with support from the Ministry of Climate Resilience, the Environment and Renewable Energy, Ministry of Infrastructural Development, Solid Waste Management Authority and NaDMA. GIS spoke with Honorable Andy Williams, who said restoration of the communities begin with Saturday's national cleanup.
What we want to do is to start the preparation process where we can move past this devastation. So we want to start by cleaning up, and then we will go into the other phases in terms of restoring back these communities to where they once was. So we are asking people to come out in their numbers, come out. We will have buses from every constituency, and those buses will leave from approximately 6 a.m. in the morning, and we will go to St. Mark's and St. Patrick's where we can mobilize and we can start the process. We will join the people in the communities there to ensure that we get full support. We want to ask everyone to come out and support this initiative. This national cleanup is all about nation building.
Less than 24 hours after Carriacou and Petite Martinique were demolished by Category 4 Hurricane Beryl on Monday, July 1st, government led a delegation to the islands to assess the damage sustained on the directive of Prime Minister and Minister for Disaster Management, Honorable Deacon Mitchell, who viewed destruction caused by Beryl in the northern part of the island before going to Carriacou. The team was led by coordinator of the National Disaster Management Agency, Dr. Terence Walters.
The National Disaster Management Agency is mounting a massive response effort to what has happened in Carriacou. Now, the hurricane passed through mainland and Carriacou and Petite Martinique. The devastation on mainland is not as severe as it is in Carriacou and Petite Martinique. So we are going to meet here. We've just met with the minister, briefed him, handed over to Mr. McIntyre, who is going to be stationed here and be in charge of the relief efforts and the operations efforts here on Carriacou and on Petite Martinique. So we've handed over to him, and then we will proceed to the Emergency Operations Center and we take it from there. As you will see, the level of devastation is significant, but with all the resources that will become available, resources from mainland and resources from other countries that have pledged support, we will ensure that the people of Carriacou and Petite Martinique and Grenada to the north, we respond to them effectively, swiftly, to ensure that people are comfortable. This will take time because the devastation is quite massive. It will take some time, but we will assure of the people, or we are assuring the people, that we will all get through this together.
Former National Disaster Coordinator Sylvan McIntyre is heading the Rapid Response Team. He spoke with the Government Information Service after seeing the devastation caused on the island.
First impression is, wow, oh my God. And this says it all because of the widespread destruction that is obviously very, very visible. The mission, as directed by the Prime Minister, is to do on-ground a first-hand assessment to complement and to consolidate the effort here on the island of Carriacou and Petite Martinique. What we're seeing first impression, there's a level of anxiety, there's a bit of passion in terms of what people are expressing. There's obvious needs that we are already identifying just by coming here on the jetty. We want to really commend the process of getting us here to the island, Mr. Bailey and his team that really got us here really safely. Our work here is cut out for us. First, we need to be able to get onto the emergency operation coordination. The minister obviously was here, members from the security elements, they're all here. Our task, Ministry of Health, the environment, energy, communication, relief, shelter, etc. Those are some of the focus things that we definitely have to drive. Time is of the essence. People will need help. They definitely are in need of help. And it is our first thing to understand what has happened here, how deeply it has happened, and what the immediate emergency needs are. So our first count is to understand what people feel, what their needs are, and how we can quickly address it.
General Manager of the Grenada Housing Authority, Jason Williams, was part of the delegation. He led an inspection team to the Dumfries low-income housing project.
All of the buildings are structurally sound. We received no structural damage. However, we did receive some cosmetic damage. That is, we have some galvanized that have we removed or torn off the roofs. Given that our roofs are reinforced concrete, no, there's no water or damage to our roofs, no water ingress. What we also noticed is that at least 70 to 80% of the rooms would have received some form of damage to the windows. So we have in cases completely destroyed windows or windows pushed off their tracks. We also noticed that all the power lines are down, damage to current next meter-based individual units, as well as damage to some of the potable water lines going to different units. As well, in some area units, we received observed that there are water in our balconies and also on the interior. And that's generally a synopsis of what we have observed thus far. A more detailed analysis will be done in the coming days, and that will help us to commence the repair process.
Hurricane Beryl has left residents of Carriacou and Petite Martinique without access to power, water and telecommunications, and has caused extensive damage to schools and health facilities. Countries, organizations and individuals have been donated food, water and essential supplies to the people of Carriacou and Petite Martinique in the aftermath of Hurricane Beryl, which struck the islands on Monday as a Category 4 hurricane. All relief items being shipped to Grenada must be assigned to NaDMA for exemption of duties, which are in effect until July 31st. This is the GIS Evening Report. We'll have more news after the break.
Violence is never the answer. Let's talk it out. We need a safe space for our children to grow up, so let us respect each other. You see this little light of mine? I'm gonna let it shine. I'm gonna keep it burning when the children is looking on. So let's take advantage of the gun amnesty in full effect until July 30th. Remember, the answer is love. A message from the Ministry of National Security. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. I'm gonna keep it burning.
The gun amnesty remains in effect until July 30th. A message from the Ministry of National Security.
Welcome back. Parishes to the west and north of Grenada were most affected by the Category 4 winds and rains of Hurricane Beryl earlier this week. Our team interviewed the parliamentary representatives for St. Patrick East and West, Honorable Dennis Cornwall and Joseph Andel, and the parliamentary representative for St. Mark, Honorable Clarice Modest Kerwin. They all agreed that the agriculture sector, an industry where government intends to spend millions to improve, according to its Vision 75 plan, that was presented in February, was hardest hit. Prime Minister Honorable Deacon Mitchell said his government will support efforts to improve food production and agro-processing to add greater value to products. The plan is to get Grenada to a place where it can develop and sustain itself.
Since the storm, I have actually toured the entire constituency, visiting every village to verify what was the extent of the damage that took place in the parish. Let me say that we have had extensive damages to houses in places like Livera, Rose Hill, River Sally, and sporadic ones around the place in Latas. Notwithstanding, we believe that the brunt of the damage went towards the agriculture sector. We have lost several fruit trees, mangoes, breadfruit trees, cocoa trees. We have also lost nutmeg trees and other tree crop. We believe that we will be down for fruit crop in quite a while if we do not actually take some attention towards rebuilding the agricultural sector here in St. Patrick.
We have come across some pockets of devastation. We know that the agricultural sector for sure has taken a massive hit. Lots of nutmegs uprooted. We just came from Red Mud, where we saw a lot of destruction, cocoa trees lying flat or leaning, nutmeg trees uprooted. Fortunately, in Red Mud, the damage to housing was not as severe as in other areas. I think there were only about 2 buildings that were affected. In Darby and Prospect area, we have quite a number of people who lost their roof. A couple of houses totally demolished by beryl. Moncraven, yesterday I did Moncraven, and Front Street, Back Street, they have significant damage in terms of people losing a roof, walls collapsing, and so on. If you were to walk through the Mount Rodney Road, you would think that it was a beach because there was so much sand that lodged there. This morning we had a cleanup crew raking up the sand and piling it up on the side, so that is a little bit more passable now. We are still in the process of conducting assessment, and we are hopeful that before the end of this week we should have a clearer picture in terms of all of the houses that have been destroyed or damaged. We are taking notes as we go along, getting people's contact information and seeing in what ways we can help them to rebuild their homes and their lives and their livelihoods.
It's primarily a farming area. These villages, they're either farming or they do a lot of construction and so on. And so they're hard hit. As you look around, you can see the nutmeg trees on the ground, the cocoa trees on the ground, and that is a livelihood. So we are very concerned, maybe 1 or 2 pieces of roofs, as to my right, a significant portion of roof went, and the young men there are trying to see what they can do to repair. And to my back and towards the left, one lady lost all the how shall I say it, the stock of her little shop that she was making a living by, and the roof of the house right next to it also went. So we have some damage to buildings, but the main problem is the agriculture sector. The damage is as bad or worse than Ivan. So we know that for this area and the other areas like Resource and Digo Peace, these have been all hard hit.
As they continue to tour the various villages and give commitment to assist, the MPs commended constituents for their resilience and community spirit in clearing access roads and drains mere hours after the hurricane. The onus is on everyone to take Grenada, Carriacou and Petite Martinique to a place of normalcy.
It's not going to be an easy task because there is a lot to be done. Our roads, in some cases, are still very much impassable. A lot of debris on the road, a lot of landslides in some areas, but we need to clean up. I want to encourage our people to come out, volunteer, and help clean up your villages and so on. Yes, the government will do its part, but we also need citizens of our country to do their part. Come together and clean up your area and so on. If you do not do that, it will take us a longer time to basically rehabilitate. Because if we have to get certain things done, we need the road to be passable. And without a smooth, passable road, we don't have the time to waste in terms of getting certain things going.
The people are rallying together as usual. They're showing a lot of resilience, and we are trying to put together a big cleanup during the course of the weekend. As we get it better organized, we will publish the details and invite people not only from the affected communities but across Grenada to come in and lend a hand.
Finally, the People's Republic of China has made a significant contribution to the government and people of Grenada to assist with the relief efforts in the aftermath of Hurricane Beryl. A donation of $100,000 was made at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs on Thursday. The previous day, resident Chinese Ambassador Wei Hongxian made a presentation of food and essential supplies to National Disaster Coordinator Dr. Terence Walters at the NaDMA compound at Monjaloo. Ambassador Wei says the donation is a collective effort of the embassy and Chinese nationals living in Grenada.
All Chinese in Grenada, including my mission, the embassy of the People's Republic of China, respond quickly, and we mobilize resources yesterday. Within half a day, we purchase goods, materials, life necessity from the mature market, and some Chinese nationals and companies donate goods from their warehouse. So today we brought them here to hand over to you. You know that we are living in Grenada. We are working here. We are doing business here, and we are implementing projects here. What you are suffering, we also are suffering. When our friends in trouble, we are also in trouble. So we consider us as one of you.
Accepting the donations that included water, baby diapers, rice and toiletries, Dr. Walters expressed gratitude on the government and NaDMA's behalf.
I thank the Chinese embassy and the people of China for this contribution, this donation toward the relief effort here in Grenada. I can assure you that it will go a long way in relieving the suffering of the people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique as they face this very difficult circumstances, having lost almost everything, houses and infrastructure. So we need to ensure that we provide assistance for them as quickly as possible.
Yes.
And this contribution today, this donation here to the people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique and people of Grenada on a whole will definitely go a long way. And we thank you for that. And we look forward to our continued collaboration,
Yes.
okay, with the Embassy of China here in Grenada.
That story just ended the GIS Evening Report for today, which highlighted government's response and relief efforts on mainland and in Carriacou and Petit Martinique in the aftermath of Hurricane Beryl. On behalf of the entire news and production team, I'm Rakisha St. Louis saying thank you for joining.